Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome back to the Rain City Variety Show podcast. Your host Derek here, dropping in just to give you a little fun thing on your Friday afternoon or Friday morning here, just to hopefully make the day go by a little quicker and have you enjoy yourself. So today we're going to be talking about something called an egregore or an egregore. Um, so I read something about this and I watched a small video and it was interesting because when I watched the video, I want to say it was like 3 minutes long. I was like, oh, sick. This is something that'll be fun to talk about. Uh, and as I started to sit down and look into it more, it's, it's, I don't think the video was wrong. It's hard to tell. I don't know if the video was very far on one side of what an egregore is, and now Wikipedia's another direction of that, but they both do have the same concept in mind. So I'm going to start by reading what this egregore or egregore is. So egregore, Egregore. An egregore is a concept in Western esotericism of a non physical entity or thought form that arises from the collective thoughts and emotions of a distinct group of individuals. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I was coming in thinking this was prior to reading all this, was basically the idea of groupthink can create something real, although it isn't real. Santa, easiest one, I'd say. Dracula, another one. Um, I guess the Easter Bunny, like basically anything that doesn't exist, or see it, or in my head, it doesn't exist, but it does 100% exist. So like we know Santa's not here, we can't touch him, but everyone knows who Santa is. Um, so my original thought was to kind of come on here, just talk about that a bit, and then open it up for a fun little Q&A at the bottom of the Spotify page and just comment on some egregores you can think of. So still do that, please, if you can think of anything along those lines of, I mean, I think Dracula's a really cool one. As far as I know, Dracula was an egregore before he was anything to do with the stories in the movies. There's somewhere in Europe where there's this crazy castle and the guy supposedly sucked blood and they said he was a vampire. So again, the egregore being Dracula's this vampire, and everyone believed that at that time, everyone believed that if you go there, there's this dude that sucked blood, and he was there, and regardless if he did it, everyone believed that. Therefore, he kind of became that. Um, so yeah, just let me know if there's anything you can think of that's an egregore. But now I'm gonna read what Wikipedia has, and Wikipedia goes down, I guess, esotericism, which is, I think I'm gonna do a really fun pod. I'm gonna do quite a bit of research and throw down like what esotericism is. What was the other one that I wanted to get talk about? Oh goddamn, Rosicrucianism. It's a really interesting. They're really interesting. They're a lot about like, I guess it's kind of like a secret society, but it's not referring to something like, say, the Illuminati, where it's like the Illuminati controls the world. It's like a small group of people that understand the fabric of the universe and how life runs and works. And it is, I think it's a religion. Uh, is it a religion? I'm pretty sure it is a religion. But regardless, I think I'm going to go into a whole thing that'll be a fun pod to do. That one will be quite a fun thing to go to. So we'll get into esotericism and Rosicrucianism in a later date, but it all comes back to religious stuff. And then what the Wikipedia page starts talking about very quickly is the Book of Enoch from the Apocryphal, which, for people that don't know, the Apocryphal is basically when the Bible was formed. There's like different renditions of the Bible, and they put books together to explain the story of Jesus. And the Apocryphal is a whole bunch of books that were considered but didn't get into the final Bible, and the Book of Enoch is one of those. So as soon as I started reading this and I saw the Book of Enoch, I just started to laugh because I do own the Book of Enoch. I've read it. It's super. it's very religious reading text, but it talks about like Nephilim, which are giants and all that. So it's really weird how this is where Egregore goes. But anyhow, they start talking instantly about angels and demons, devil, God, all that stuff being Egregores. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to discuss God being an Egregore because I just don't want to go into that realm of talking about stuff. I'm more than willing to talk about like the idea of like angels and demons and stuff like that. Um, but I, I think it's a bit blasphemous to say God's an Egregore. Um, but I do wonder with like the idea of like angels and demons, and then you start reading about the demons they talk about, and they have like Baal and Baphomet, who are all like sons of the devil or brothers of the devil or something, um, which is just I don't know how I what I think of that, because I guess it makes sense in theory. If there is a God, you therefore have to believe in the devil as well because they're kind of the opposites. But maybe they're not egregores because they're just like this broad concept, as opposed to like, for example, Baphomet, who is a like half goat man. Uh, I don't I don't know if Baphomet is necessarily real. Like if there is a devil, I don't know. He's some half goat man that walks around. Anyhow, um, yeah, that's just kind of a fun little thing to talk about or think about with yourself today. Is what is an egregore? Do you believe in that thought of you can like what we think does create outcomes or all that? Is it, I guess, is like, do you believe in more things are just sporadic and they happen, or do you think thought precedes intentions and things that happen? um I don't know if that makes sense, but if it does, please comment on that too. And yeah, please, I just hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about egregores for a bit here. Have a good Friday. Go Canucks, go. I'm gonna go 5-4. McDavid's gonna have his hands on 3 of their 4 goals, and the Canucks are still gonna win the game because Edmonton is a terrible, terrible franchise. All right, take care. Happy Fridays. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your friends and family, I guess, too. Tell them as well. Just like and subscribe.